When it comes to weight, calories are often talked about but frequently misunderstood. Indeed, whether counting calories is actually helpful for losing weight is debatable. Read on to learn about calories and their role in weight regulation on low-carb and keto diets. What are calories? A calorie is a unit of energy your body uses to perform hundreds of tasks. These include voluntary movements like walking, running, and jumping, as well as involuntary ones like breathing, circulating blood throughout your system, and maintaining normal body temperature. Your body needs a certain number of calories just to keep those involuntary processes going. This is referred to as your basal metabolic rate, or BMR. Your BMR is influenced by many factors, including your age, gender, body composition, and genetics. You require additional calories for physical activity, including walking. Overall, the more active you are, the more calories you need. How many calories do carbs, protein, and fat provide? Each macronutrient provides a specific amount of calories. Carbs, 4 calories per gram; protein, 4 calories per gram; fat, 9 calories per gram. Even though fat provides more than twice as many calories as carbs, you may have noticed that it's much more filling. Protein is generally considered the most filling macronutrient, but it's mostly used for cell repair and muscle maintenance. It's not very efficient as an energy source because it must first be converted to glucose in the liver in order to be used as fuel. 100% of the calories in butter, ghee, lard, and most oils come from fat. However, the calories in most foods are a combination of carbs, protein, and fat. For instance, although eggs are considered a protein food, the majority of their calories actually come from fat. For example, 2 large eggs provide 146 calories, 4 calories from carbs, 1 gram, 2%, 52 calories from protein, 13 grams, 34%, 90 calories from fat, 10 grams, 64%. Calories count, but they are not the whole story. Generally speaking, if you take in more calories than your body needs, the extra calories will be stored as fat. Similarly, if you take in fewer calories than needed, your body will release its fat stores, and you will lose weight. Because of this, some contend that calories are all that matter. All you have to do to lose weight is reduce calories. It sounds simple, but humans are more complicated than that. There's far more to weight regulation than just monitoring calories in versus calories out. Indeed, most members of the human race appear to have regulated their weight effectively for millennia, before anyone even knew what a calorie was. The modern obesity epidemic seems to be an unprecedented phenomenon, and it coincides with an ever-increased focus on counting calories. Correlation is not causation, so it would be wrong to say that counting calories causes obesity. However, at best, counting calories seems to be an imperfect aid to weight control. So what's really going on? As it turns out, psychology of eating is a key factor, as is hormonal regulation. Hormones play a large role in influencing appetite, fullness, and fat storage. Research suggests that low-carb and keto meals may trigger hormones that lead to a natural reduction in calorie intake, especially in those who are overweight or have insulin resistance. In one study, overweight people consumed a breakfast of eggs or a bagel. Although each meal contained an identical amount of calories, the group that consumed the egg breakfast stayed full longer and ate fewer calories at lunch than the group that ate the bagel breakfast. Additionally, your insulin levels, and how sensitive your body is to insulin, may influence whether you store or burn calories. In people who have lost weight, elevated post-meal insulin levels and a slower metabolism may drive weight regain. However, researchers have found that decreasing carb intake may potentially help counteract these effects. What's more, low-carb diets regularly outperform low-calorie diets for weight loss, even in studies where calories aren't intentionally counted or restricted during low-carb eating. For example, in a 2004 study, overweight and obese adults consumed a low-fat diet and a low-carb diet for 1 week each. Both diets were designed to reduce each person's calorie intake by 500 calories per day. Yet the participants lost more weight and body fat during the low-carb week than the low-fat week, even though men in the study averaged slightly higher calorie intake while following low-carb. While calories are clearly important in weight regulation, they need to be considered within the context of hormones and human behavior. Calories count, but you don't have to count them. Dr. Eric Westman, MD. Source: www.diet.Doctor.com